So it's kind of exciting. You're creating these little, I don't know, potential solutions in your head. It's fun, and it looks like a really cool circuit. Yeah. Really different to anything we've been to. What's going on? Hi.
Stroopwafels.
Yeah.
A good Dutch tradition.
May I?
You have to try it.
Absolutely.
And this is the maker?
Hello, maker.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Good.
That's a good stroopwafel, yeah? Thank you.
That made your day of this event, huh? Actually.
Absolutely.
This is it?
I will go back. I can leave Amsterdam now. Holland. It's finished. The trip is done. Oh, whoa. That is so cool.
Okay, let's do that, guy.
Hello.
How are you, man?
I'm the man. Box. I made this one for you. It's a typical Dutch shoe. It's like the Dutch farmers, they wear this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we want to give you something that's really from the Netherlands.
That
and then
is
we
cool.
put on, how do you call it? A new flavor. So. So
what's it called? The name of the shoe?
It's a klomp.
Klomp.
Klomp. Yes.
Klomp.
It's a klomp. So yeah, that's what I made for you. I put on your some piece of your helmet.
Yeah, and like
put on
overlay.
your rig, and then number 3.
That's wicked, man. Thank you.
And on this side I got the Daniel Ricciardo, the number 3.
3.
Yeah.
Man, that's really cool.
Yeah, you like them?
Thanks a lot. I'm
No
not sure they are
problem.
comfortable though.
They are not comfortable, I can tell you, but you just need to put them somewhere in your home. It's like an art piece, you know what I mean?
Well, I think you should wear them during the drive parade.
Can we make one picture with the
Sure.
shoes with it? Can
No
you have a
worries.
photo maken?
And that way I finish this and I get another one before I leave.
Oh wait, no. Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, success with the race and stuff.
Thank you. I'm happier now. Stupid waffle.
How'd you rate them out of 10?
9.5.
Ooh.
Like, that's just, there is so much badness in this that it's beautiful. Sugar, the key to short-term happiness. All right, so this is the world-renowned, world-famous stroopwafel test. I would normally be told not to play with food, but we are going to have a eater or a consumer at the end of this, so nothing is going to waste. And we're going to see how steep the banking is by doing the ultimate stroopwafel test. Hands are sanitized, so we're in good hands here, literally. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, it does! It does! Oh! How good!
How come he gets the motorbike? Look at that. Where's my motorbike,
If
Charlotte?
you had sorted out those bikes, we wouldn't be having this problem, would we?
Ciao.
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 My first question, it's your name, Lando.
Yeah.
It's not a real common name. It's not like Steve or Paul. Do you actually know why your parents gave you that name?
My mum says she came up with the name.
As simple as that.
Simple as that.
Well, but we actually know what it means. It means the radiant one, the shining one, and the proud one.
Wow.
Do you think that fits? The shining one, proud one?
The shining one? Sometimes. The proud one? Sometimes.
Guys. How you feeling?
Chilly, excited. Happy? Yeah.
Definitely want to look at Q1 and Q2 as the positives, and they were really strong, relative. So yeah, we'll take that. I mean, the good thing is we didn't change the car, so whatever happened in Q3 hopefully is an anomaly, and we've got the Q2 car for tomorrow, and then we can do a little bit. But I'll be honest, I'm also frustrated because qualifying here is very important. We haven't raced here, but I don't want to give a spoiler alert, but it's going to be very hard to overtake. So that's I think deep down why I'm angry right now as well. So it's, I know we've made some hard work for ourselves tomorrow, but let's see what happens.
Morning.
What's up? Hey guys. Hello everyone. Good morning everyone. How are you doing? You good? Very good. Ready to go? Well, not yet. In a few hours time. We're in eco mode at the moment.
Morning. Morning.
The difficult safety car decision is the one that showed me all the time we start, how long can I go faster? Like he'll get stuck somewhere, I imagine, and where he gets stuck will give us a good read of like, what kind of pace difference you need.
I want to score points. We can score points down in here. Let's score points in all classes.
So just on qualifying, you had some challenges yesterday in the session. Do you think without the red flag you could have qualified a bit higher up the grid?
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely it would have been close to getting to Q3. There was potential to definitely do it because Daniel did it, but especially from 13th, I could have been ahead of both the cars ahead of me, I would say. So a bit frustrated I didn't get that opportunity. Neither did they, so you never know how much they could improve. But yeah, you always just feel like you missed out on something and you missed that opportunity. But hopefully we can make it up today. I think you can be hopeful for different reasons. You know, we can't really be hopeful that we'll be able to just have better pace and everyone and overtake our way through the field. But I think we can be hopeful that we can just put a good plan in place with our strategy and everything. Because that's the main thing you can do here, you know. In some ways, it's like going to Monaco or Budapest, and it's not going to be the easiest track to overtake on. But there are good opportunities with red flags and people crashing and spinning and things like that. So my first Q3 I didn't make this season, so yeah, like a bit frustrated, but it just happens sometimes. You know, you just don't get the car balance in the right window, you don't get the tyres in the right window, you don't put the perfect lap in, and when it's as close as what it is and what it was, then sometimes you just end up being in that position.
It's on a knife edge, you know, and I think Formula One now, the cars are so fast that it also is very easy to just overstep it, and you lose a lot of rhythm and momentum. I hope for action, some enjoyable chaos. We do know deep down it's a tricky track for overtaking, but I'm hoping something in the air creates more excitement.
Nothing you can do. You won't see that.
Like that's the thing, like those kind of tracks are the only ones where we are kind of within, not like a second off the next car.
You need to just like
It's kind of beautiful.
parade around.
I really like it. If you win,
No
I need some of your mates, okay?
Good one.
Are these all like popular songs? Yeah. I think it's from Max's like fan club, so we're in Holland, so it's like if you can't beat them, join them. So. If you can't beat them, you gotta join them. Right?
Yeah, but they love it.
Thank you, man. Hey, good luck with the
Can I
race.
have another one?
No worries.
You did great, man. Thanks.
The fans are unbelievable, the energy, the excitement. I think it's going to be an exciting race. It's good to kind of come back to these old school circuits. So it's difficult to pass around here, but that doesn't stop the drivers from trying. So it could be a bit of mayhem from time to time.
Got some bigger ones. Try that, mate. Okay. Size up. That's a good one, yeah? It feels like quite warm. When we were sliding on track, it was like the front was really good on the first lap. Like I went in turn 9, it turned, and I rotated so well. Like it'd probably be my quickest by a long way.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's go. You're embarrassing me.
Oh no! You're embarrassing yourself now lifted.
I've seen you all week.
Come on, Fillingham.
Making sure the right tyres and the right blanket, checking the nuts. The lads have already pressured them, so basically just ripping the leads out. Yeah, checking the nuts, checking the numbers all make the same. Yeah, that's about it. Make sure the blankets are right. So obviously don't want to be taking the wrong tyres out.
It was difficult. We didn't have that much pace. I think the first lap we made up one position. I think I was P9, and we were sitting there. And then the Alpines started to go towards the end of the stint, and I couldn't run with them, so we didn't have the pace for them. So I thought maybe we are P9, P10. And then with the hard, we tried to execute a bit of a strategy to give Lanza an opportunity to attack. But for sure it affected my race, and I don't think we executed it very well. So from that point it was a little bit the race for me was kind of gone. So yeah, that was I think something we could do better, but also our pace was nothing spectacular. So hopefully Monza we have more to show.
Yeah, it got to the point, especially when the wind was as gusty and as blowy as it was today. As strong as it was today. Yeah, I know, it's just that's going to get clipped or something. Then, yeah, like when the tyres are that old and that worn, it just becomes like such a knife edge to perform, you know. I'm not laughing. Yeah, it's like a... can't make me laugh. Stop. Cut. I can't stop. Ladies first. Like we had good pace in the car, you know, I caught the Alpines towards the end of the race. But I think you need a big advantage in pace to be able to do something here like Sergio had on all of us, you know, so of course I would love that a little bit more because I kind of caught them with 10, 15 laps to go. And they had a much better pace to kind of catch him, but as soon as you got within 3 seconds you started struggling up with the tyres, and then within 2 you just kind of get blocked and you can't do anything. So yeah, it was tricky. Would have loved a bit more, obviously, more than 1 point, but 1 point is still more than nothing, so I'm happy with that. I want to be confident enough in like when I know I've done a bad job and a good job and so on, and I think just all together we've struggled as a team this weekend, and how we've had to drive the car is a bit abnormal and not as like liked by me. I kind of changed quite a bit how I drove, and that's why I struggled yesterday in qualifying, but then I had a different approach today and it works a lot better. So yeah, just a change in the car and the track and things, and it just didn't suit us as much, but everyone has that kind of weekend, so I'm hoping it's our only one at the same time, and I'm hoping we can bounce back stronger in Monza.
Most information, you gave it all, it's not worried. The logos over here.
What's the difference?
Can we take a quick picture?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's a beast, man.
Yeah. We can hold it together and then. Yes, thank you. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time. I should leave.
No, it's fine. We try to maximize for the team.
I mean, it quite easily could have gone wrong if we didn't do it. Like if I was just stuck there the whole time.
At least we had an opportunity to maybe do even more.
Yeah.
We would have done one point for the team.
But of course you didn't even see where it was. You know, we have a better visibility.
Main thing is we didn't have the pace.
Which I don't think we even watched yet.
That's the main issue then. Obviously what we did on track, we need to analyze for the team.
We'll take it offline and try to figure out how to improve it.
I'm still saying that's fishy.
Ah, it's true!
Is it really?
Yeah. Our friends at Dark Trace protect McLaren from thousands of email phishing attacks on a weekly basis. To see whether we can spot the difference between something that's real or something that's fake, they've set us both a challenge to see just how well we know each other. So I'm going to start and you have to say if it's true or false. Statement number 1.
All right.
I judged a vegetable competition in Bristol, which is where I grew up, kind of near where I grew up, and picked an aubergine as the winner.
I'm saying fact. That sounds very Lando Norris.
Ah! Well, you're wrong.
Ah.
So, I've never been to a vegetable competition, but Bristol is correct.
Okay.
I've been to there.
An aubergine?
No, no.
Okay.
No, not for me, thanks.
Alrighty. I am terrified of meal deal sandwiches, especially the egg and mayo one.
True.
No, that's false.
Oh. Well, 1-1. Gordon Ramsay beat me at a round of Topgolf. After I met him on the This Morning show, I challenged him to a round. I didn't think a middle-aged chef would beat me.
Did he call you an idiot sandwich?
He didn't, sadly. I kind of was hoping he would.
Do you know his handicap?
I do know his handicap.
Okay, fact.
It's false.
He didn't play golf with you, did he?
No.
He's too cool for that. I once called my mum during a thunderstorm to check if I could use the washing machine.
So to see how it compares to the new McLaren Shadow livery as well.
What can we expect from McLaren Shadow in 2022, Ben?
Well, more gaming, more content, basically what we're doing, to be honest, and hopefully we'll be able to get the esports guys in and train them up and be competitive again this year.
Right, guys, enough of playtime. Should we go see the new car?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, a fascinating insight there into that impressive esports programme, and plenty more to come from them throughout the year, no doubt. Now, we're getting very close to the big reveal of what the MCL 36 look like alongside the IndyCar, Extreme E and Shadow teams from the McLaren racing family.
But before we do, I don't think any, especially these fans here, will forget the incredible moment from Monza. The team won to the first time
Can we have a
in
cheers
11
for
years.
Monza? Come on. I mean, it was magnificent, wasn't it?
A great day for everyone at McLaren, of course, but this year will be an even bigger challenge. We've got new sporting regs, new technical regs. We're going to see what the new car looks like in a little bit. And it's going to create more exciting racing and even better sustainability, of course, with the new fuel.
Great stuff. Well, shall we speak to the two drivers who are going to be driving that MCL 36? Let's give it up then for Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. Hello and welcome. So, how was the winter? Lando, great tan. And you, actually.
Thanks.
You've both been in sunny climes, haven't you? What have you been up to?
A bit of everything. Just enjoying some time away from here. As much as it's lovely to be back now. Yeah, away from the racetrack, you know, taking some time away with my friends and so on. eating a bit of food, and then getting back to training and making sure I'm
Bit of
ready
golf?
for the season. A lot of golf.
Obviously, a lot of golf.
That's
Yeah.
the obvious one.
I mean, for you, going back to Oz, a bit like me, first time in 2 years, seeing the family, that must have been great. That's got to help your prep for 2022, isn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, you can relate. Much overdue, much needed, and yeah, I mean, getting home in general is nice, but obviously to spend it with family and see some friends and just do some like normal, simple things for a few weeks felt really good.
Food for the soul. And Lando, coming into your 4th season with the team, a new contract. Come on, guys, new contract. That is good news. How good is that for your mindset going into the season?
It's, I think, probably the best way to start the season, really. A lot of confidence, nice to see the faith the team have in myself, and then the same back the other ways. So, really good, to continue the journey we've been on so far. Of course, we wanted to keep making progress, and we know our goals, especially in like 24, 25, is to really try and reach the top. So, nice to be here till then and continue our journey we've been on together.
Great stuff.
Well, Daniel, second year of McLaren. What's that going to do in terms of prep? You know the people, you know the way you're going to head into the season a bit better than before?
Yeah.
That's going to help, isn't it? A bit more than that?
Basically saying, come on, mate, pull your finger out.
Come on, you won a race last year, so 2, 3?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Fine.
But it must feel different to this time last year.
Absolutely, it does. It's don't get me wrong, it's obviously very exciting joining a new team, but it's also kind of overwhelming. There's a lot to do in such a short period of time. So I'm kind of glad that heavy lifting is done. And, coming into this season now, it was kind of even like first day on the simulator. It was like just open the doors, walk in, and it's like, all right, guys, where are we at? Let's get into it. So from that point of view, I think it's just going to flow a lot easier this year. And I'm not saying things are going to come easy, but it'll be more efficient.
Well, it's your 12th year in Formula One. You've seen a few rule changes now, 14. So.
He doesn't look old enough. That's what you're supposed to say.
This guy's here just basically saying I'm 50 years old.
Oh, yeah, basically. But with, the new cars and new rules coming in, do you think the experience of going through these rule changes in the past is going to help you to get used to the new cars here?
I hope so. Like, experience is... it can be bought, and I think throughout moments, through the season, whether that's all at the beginning when we're trying to adapt to the new car or later, I think it will pay off at some point, and there will be little things I can take from experience. So, I think learning the new car, especially testing, is so important for us, and trying to just, there could be things that I've learned over the years which might just help me just be one step ahead in certain moments, occasions. So, yeah. I'll use the experience, but I'm still a young soul, so I'll keep that in me as well.
Well, talking of experience, Lando, to get those 4 podiums and your first pole position last year, you must be able to sort of leverage that and take that momentum into 2022. How excited are you to build on that?
I would like to. That's the aim, is to start off the season how we did. I wouldn't say end the season because that wasn't so good. But how we were in the beginning of last year is how we want to kind of start this season. And I think many other areas have improved for sure. It's just we have to wait and see where we're gonna be. So we're working hard, but there's a lot of unknowns. So time will tell.
That's what's exciting, though, right? For us lot, anyway. Maybe not for you so much.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's more stressful for them.
Yeah, I guess.
But Dan, surely with new rules, is there one area that you think you need to focus on for driving the new car? And because they're different, aren't they? They're heavier, the downforce is produced in a different way. Is there an area you think you need to focus on?
With the new cars, I think it's going to be very much about kind of just being open-minded with, I'm sure some things will be expected in terms of if we approach a corner like this, then the car's going to do that. But then other times it might not behave that way. So it's about trying to understand, okay, what do I need to do to get this car in a place where it's happy? So the long and short of it is just to drive, I think, at least in testing, with a very open mind and kind of do what you know, but be very experimental as well to see what the car likes. And then, for me, as the season goes on, or kind of looking at the season ahead, it's just to be consistently at a higher level than I was in 21. That'll help me out as well.
Great. Lando, you were in the sim earlier this week. how's prep going? What do you think of driving the new car the same? And, you know, how different is it?
I mean, it is very different. It's obviously like, you know, we started driving it already last year. And we have the sim drivers as well who are always trying to develop it as well. But it's changing every time we go back in it, you know, because there's constant evolution, there's constant upgrades getting brought to the car. But it's getting better. Of course, it's like rough when you start because there's so many things to do to it. But it's nice to see the progress from where we were last year to where we are now, and then hopefully trying to continue that. But, you know, the simulator, what we have at the moment is just our best guess of what it's going to be like. And until we get actually in the car itself, we're not going to know what it's truly like. So it's a good start for sure, and we're working as hard as possible to make it better.
Okay, one of our audience members, Megan, would like to put a question to both of you. Megan, where are you? There she is. Great colour coordination, by the way, with the set. You look fantastic. Very good. And Megan's question is, which race are you both looking forward to most this season?
I'm going to be greedy and take a few. But firstly, Melbourne, the home race, and it's, yeah, not only because it's the home race, but, you know, there's track changes. The layout's going to be different, so just excited to also go to like a new Melbourne. And then I know he's probably going to say Miami, so that's one as well. I think we're both looking forward to.
Is that more about the after party, though?
Well, time will tell. Yeah. Time will tell. But there's many. Like with 23, there's a lot to pick and choose from. But I'll say those two for now. New additions.
I mean, she only wanted one, but thanks for being generous. Lando.
I think Silverstone's the obvious one for me. The British fans, to see all of them again. But the main ones I look forward to are the ones we've just not been to for the last few years. Of course, Miami being the new one, but going back to Japan, back to Singapore, they're just cool countries to go to and get to have a good experience at, and awesome tracks as well. So those are on my agenda.
Great stuff. Thanks, guys. Right, I think it's about time, don't you? Do you think it's about time? Yes, the moment we've all been waiting for, to see just what these 4 McLaren racing cars are going to look like as they go racing in 2022. And reveal the McLaren MCL36 live right here in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, just so that you're aware, there will be flashing images. Let's unveil the cars. Gentlemen, can I get your first reaction?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Lovely colours, pops a lot more, I think, than last season, stands out a lot. Shame it's the number 3 where you'll be seeing now, because number 4 looks much better from this side. But apart from that, it looks great.
It does pop, though. I mean, there's no missing that on track, is there?
Yeah, it's vibrant. It's awesome. You know, I think, you know, when Formula One is a lot about performance, and that is like primary purpose, but what comes a close second is looking good. And I'm very pleased that before we've even hit the track, we look good. So we've ticked a big box.
But it's incredible to finally see it all built together, isn't it? Because you guys have seen it down in the race pace, the mechanics putting all the bits and pieces together. It's quite special to see it complete here, isn't it?
I think it is, especially because, you know, this was meant to come out in, 2020 or something. So already seeing all the drawings and visions back then, and seeing how it's all come together to put this together, and seeing all the engineers and mechanics making the parts and coming from like single bolts and whatever to put it all together like this is pretty cool. So always a pleasure to be part of and to see.
And also great to see the other 3 cars behind us, the Arrow McLaren SP, MX and Shadow cars, all looking stunning. And a little nod to its green credentials there with the blue being a slightly different colour to your blue. Did you notice that?
It is.
Like that?
Well, I mean, the livery looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
Across all the cars. That was Floro Papaya, the new colour.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but yeah, it does look fantastic.
Okay. Thank you, chaps, for now. I think we should have another round of applause for the car, for the drivers, for everyone. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, we know that the 2022 does bring with it a whole raft of changes to the regulations, which has led to the design of this incredible car that Lando and Daniel will be racing this season. And now that we've seen it in the flesh, let's go behind the scenes with Technical Director James Key, Operations Director Piers Thin, and Racing Director Andrea Stella to understand what it takes to design and build a car from scratch. So we sent Karun in to find a little bit more about it.
The 2022 Formula One rules represents the biggest change to the chassis regulations in 40 years. And therefore I thought it would be a good idea to find 3 of the technical minds here at McLaren to try and talk me through some of the challenges ahead. James, has there been any carryover at all from 2021 into the new car?
Not really. I mean, it is a blank sheet of paper. And I think there are sort of some smaller areas under the skin where things like sort of certain aspects of fuel system design or hydraulics design, that sort of thing, which can still package within the spaces we've got of a 22 car. But the vast majority of it is new. I think the only thing we've really been able to carry over is our knowledge of how to design a Formula One car, and the methodologies and the sort of the beliefs and what makes a quick car and what doesn't.
It's always complex in a winter build, and the culmination of the regulations and the quantity all coming together has made it a pretty tough winter. But the guys and girls across the factory have risen to the challenge.
Let's talk about the process of conceptualizing and designing the 2022 cars, because obviously very different to recent years.
You've got to, from a conceptual point of view, try and meld all of the current knowledge and expertise you have into something which allows you to, for example, join these new tyre characteristics to your aero characteristics, to your suspension characteristics. And a lot of it was theoretical and, I suppose, very conceptual for a long time whilst we tried to do all that work. This is my 25th season now, I think, and I haven't seen something of this magnitude. You know, it's always been variations on a theme.
Do you approach the race weekends together with the race engineers differently in terms of the run plan and the program for the weekend?
The timetable this year will actually offer a bit more time to rest, thanks to extended curfew time. I think the significant change came last year with the duration of free practice from 90 to 60 minutes. That had a big impact. The session is very tight. You need to be absolutely sharp. We as a team at McLaren, we are in a long-term journey. And for us, it's important that we see progress and we make step forwards year after year. So coming to this year specifically, I'm very encouraged with the level of and the quality of design and simulation that I've seen. But now we are ready to make the next step, which is correlation. We have made large investments in terms of a new wind tunnel, in terms of a new simulator.
We've now gone back to ground effects for the first time since 1982. Do you see that being the real big differentiator between the teams and the path of development?
I think it's the enablers to get the floor to really tug hard with the ground effect. So it will be visible things. You know, front wing is very restricted, but there are subtleties in there which can be changed and developed, etc. It will be an aero race as always.
So last year we had 3 days of testing. This year we have 6. So already looks like it's much more. But in reality, with a new project and 2 drivers, testing is going to be tight and it will look very short. So we'll have to be very efficient, sharp, well organized, and we'll need reliability such that we don't lose running time.
How much of a challenge has it been to, design and build this year's car, while, of course, the MCL35 was racing competitively last year?
So that's always a trade that you have to make. Switching your resources at the right time is a key one to make, and we were assessing that race by race through last year.
Do you still have a few butterflies before the car first runs on track?
always. But that's part of the fun of getting out of a winter build and into the season starting. But I think it's fantastic for everyone back in the factory and also our fans and partners to make sure that we roll out in good order, and really looking forward to it.
Great stuff, Karun. I really enjoyed that. It is absolutely fascinating to see how a Formula One car can just come to life from those initial concept drawings to what we see here in front of us. Brilliant stuff. And obviously a monumental team effort to bring all this together.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, also, Andrea Stella's accent. Fantastic. I could listen to that man all day long. As can Lando. I think he's a massive fan. But I think this is as good a moment as any to introduce the people spearheading this team. Let's bring on McLaren Racing CEO Zak Brown and the Formula One team's team principal, Andrea Seidel.